Now, this was an episode that was a crazy emotional roller coaster on what is going to be happening later on. But I'm getting ahead of myself here, so let's just jump into the review and I'll share my thoughts later. We get a scene of a destroyed ship flying over, and once we saw the inside being demolished, this was honestly giving me alien horror vibes to me personally. Unfortunately, there is one clone commando that seems to be alive, but not until their shock staff went out and became the last meal of a creature we don't see in this shot. Back on the Marauder, the group are now in confrontation with Sid on a hologram, and even Omega is disappointed at her for not receiving any help from her. But of course, Sid doesn't seem to care about the situation and now has to give them 50% of the cut on their next cargo mission, and she doesn't want them back unless they bring something valuable. Now, this is a moment where the batch are now seeing what is truly expected when working with Sid. Thanks for the warning, my leggy. And Tech suggests they do this one last mission for her before leaving. Hunter sees the coordinates sense, and the fact that there's little intel about this mission, it sends red flags, yet Hunter makes the decision to follow through. We then shift over to Tantus, where a shuttle is landing to meet a new character, Dr. Hemlock, who is visiting Nala Se in her cell. He tries to persuade her into assisting the Empire, yet she is persistent in not helping due to the fact she remembers them destroying Tipoca City. Yet Hemlock has an idea, as another doctor comes in and he asks her if there were any other Kaminoans that made it out. We actually hear that the Prime Minister is in custody of the Empire, and my mouth instantly dropped because with the last shot in Season 1, it looked like he could have been killed off. But no, he was just taken away and he is still alive. Still can't believe it, to be honest.
Speak to him personally.
He never got killed! I thought he got killed! The batch flies into a planet that happens to have a village, since the ship crash landed away from the village and safely lands to make their way towards the ship. Even if Tech points out the crew members likely perished, Omega makes the moment optimistic, saying that they could be trapped. We all know that wasn't the case here. The group heads inside and it's already intensifying the alien vibes, and the group is now noticing that what happened in the ship isn't human at all. Tech decides he'll restore the power by himself, and just every time he keeps turning to find the noise and goes straight into his vision always gives me goosebumps. The trio finds himself in a lab, and Omega finds out the equipment is Kaminoan, and the fact that she mentions cloning is just another hair-raising moment on what could be related towards this creature. And once Wrecker pointed out the reinforced walls and Hunter stopped moving, we found ourselves in an interesting size of a Zillow beast at best sight. Wrecker decides to throw the staff at the beast, which it swallows up and makes haste going through them. They follow the beast, which Hunter calms Tech that it's heading its way towards them, but we actually get to see that it made a pit stop to consume the remaining energy source and see that it did grow bigger. Even though Tech was fascinated by this beast.
Oh, hi. Get out. Oh, come on.
He made the shot to destroy the engine, and it caused an explosion for the creature to escape and makes its way towards the village. I'm sorry, but I couldn't get over when Tech pointed out that the creature isn't likely hungry due to eating the crew. Omega gets so scared by it, but it was honestly just too much of a moment that I couldn't help but chuckle at it. But the group splits up with Hunter and Wrecker neutralizing the beast as Tech and Omega went back to the ship to gather more information about the beast. Eventually, the creature finds the village's generator and then all goes loose at the town. Tech and Omega start retrieving the information, and they find out themselves if the creature feeds on itself on too much energy, it can grow to the form we all know once Hunter finds the creature again. But this is also a bad moment for them, since the Imperial cruisers were flying in to capture the creature and take down the Marauder. Hunter made a call with Omega and Tech to get out of the ship as they made their way out alive, and Wrecker was able to shoot down some Imperials after them. Hunter then picks up Tech and Omega and is able to escape through hyperspace as the village people are being taken by the commandos. Great for them. Inside the Marauder, Tech points out about the history about the Chancellor and the Zillow Beast's first appearance, and he also mentions the cloning technology was terminated on Tipoca City to be controlled by the Empire rather than destroy it. Hunter decides to make the decision of giving the intel towards Rex and Echo, since they definitely could find out more about this information than the batch. We are then back at Tantus for Hemlock to hear that the beast has been contained underground, and we get to see Lama Su back in handcuffs now. Hemlock tells the Prime Minister about Nala Se's defiance with giving support in exchange for freedom. Lama Su reminds the Doctor about Omega that needs to be caught yet again, back to square one from finding her. I cannot express how much is happening in this episode that will cause the climax of the story in the next few episodes to come. I really have to give a lot of attention towards the animation that was done in some moments that showed how far it's gone since season 1, and it's commendable. And the fact that we see Scorch from Delta Squad means a lot since he is still alive. And I just couldn't help but find myself get jump scared by the damaged droid that made me look like a coward. Last but not least, I want to give the spotlight to Green Warrior 291 for the Zilla Beast he wants to share. Take it away!
Thanks, Geek. Anyway, so for those who aren't familiar with the Zilla Beast or need a quick refresher, it's the giant beast from Season 2, as well as the final boss of LEGO Star Wars 3, that, for some fucking reason, Mace Windu wants to keep alive. Yes, I said that correctly. Mace Windu, of all fucking characters. Anyway, the beast, what makes it interesting, at least at this point, is that when we first interacted in the Clone Wars, no one could do shit to it. Not even the Jedi with their mighty lightsabers. So, the fact that Palpatine has this thing cloned is very alarming. And this was before Order 66, which is 50 times more alarming. Meaning that he's plotting a nefarious scheme. I wonder what it is. Aside from that, I mean, seeing the Zilla Beast again is pretty cool. We didn't get much to see of the monster the first time around. We got a cool fight in Coruscant as well as, well, when we first interacted with it. So I'm kind of excited where this Zilla Beast will play out, especially now that we know that the cloning stuff can work on other creatures. That could imply a lot of things. But anyway, I'll return it to Geek now.
With one more thought in mind, now that the Prime Minister and Hemlock are going to be finding Omega once again, I can't help but think that the bounty hunter for this one is likely going to be Crosshair. Look, I get it that it's only been one episode since we saw Crosshair, and we also do need to worry about what happened with Cody. But this has given me a gut feeling that without a doubt in my mind that it will be Crosshair being the one to find Omega. Yet I know a certain other bounty hunter like Boba would be an interesting one if they do so. Yet I don't think it will likely happen, but we can only give theories on who will be on the run for Omega and the batch possibly. If you guys got any theories or comments, put them down in the comment section and I'll see you guys in the next review.